Hey Virgo, welcome to your full moon in Cancer reading. This starts January 13th, lasts for about a month. It's the first full moon of 2025. It's known as the wolf moon due to the likelihood of hearing wolves during this time, to locate pack members, reinforce social bonds, define territory, and coordinate hunting. During this time, we're going to want to learn to forgive and forget. Create and cultivate your sense of belonging with yourself and others and family. Happy birthday to any Capricorns or Aquarius during this time if you have a placement in Virgo. If you do need your very own personal reading, email me, emberandfury88@gmail.com. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's get this message out to those who need it the most. Archangel Michael, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, most important message for my lovely Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Previous year message, I spent some time on the mat, meditated a little bit, and I was listening to something. It was about betrayal trauma. And kind of like just noticing and thinking, reflecting about all the different times that I've been hurt and just looking past it. It's really interesting. Whoa, 5 of Cups. Straight up. Straight off the deck. First card. Huge energy here. Grief, sadness. We see someone here sitting down looking. There's a bunch of these cups that have spilled and fallen over. But one is behind her, and she's not paying attention to what is left over, what is still there, or what is given. Just really focusing on all the negative things of this. 5 of Swords in reverse, King of Wands in reverse, 4 of Cups, 8 of Wands, Page of Wands, 4 of Wands in reverse, 6 of Wands in reverse, 6 of Cups. You could be thinking of a Aries, Leo, Sag energy. You could be expressing this within your own birth chart as well. It could be one of the placements that you have. Yeah, so we see here a person being given something, and they're not necessarily accepting it. Again, they're focusing on what is lost, what's not there, what they don't have, what is not fulfilled. And it just continues on. Like you're actively seeing everything's just gone and lost. And we need to focus on what is left over. Like I remember when I went through my car accident ages ago, it was like, ah! And then it was like, oh yeah, wait a second, I'm alive. Okay, cool. So, thanks, universe, for this amazing, perfect situation. Because it could have been worse. And I'm like, still expensive. There is a disconnection. Super focused on the loss. There is reconciliation here. With the 6 of Wands, I'm seeing that the reconciliation, the solution, isn't necessarily being seen. With the 8 of Wands, everything's kind of just happening all at once right now. There is reminiscing about what was in the past, even though what was in the past here is so much grieving and sadness. But you look back to a particular time in your life. You see that this is just going to be a moment where you can actually allow yourself to rebuild, refresh, redecorate, make everything new in the way that it needs to be now. Sometimes we need that purification. Cleansed by the fury, so that we can allow ourselves to be in that place of embers. challenge, justice, truth, balance, seeking that self-soothing, self-regulation, seeking peace, not falling back into old ways and old habits. Overall energy, Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah. That is a relationship broken apart. And I can sense and see the grief and the sadness because at the beginning of the reading, I mentioned it. It was about the grief and all the pain and all the suffering that you've gone through and making sense of it and being like, yeah, no, like, this person says one thing, but every action and every chance that they had, they just missed the opportunity. And they did that on purpose. Five of Pentacles. Outcome left out in the cold. Okay. This is a feeling. This is an absolute feeling. You are not alone. You are not left out in the cold. We have the availability to see, to get ourselves out of this funk. And sometimes it just takes the strength and the power to be like, you know what? No, I am with me. I spend so much time with me. I want to enjoy my time. Look at this beautiful place. Oh my gosh, look at this beautiful face. Oh my gosh. All this art, the things I've been able to collect and enjoy, and just like, it's just about the little things sometimes, like, and then a transformation happens. It's like, what? Like, you just need to allow yourself to really do things for you. Like, I look back at a time in my life when I'm like, I had my own apartment, no furniture, didn't decorate, sat on the floor for my table, and would just love the carpet and just relaxed. But it's just like, I didn't have anything to live for at that point. And I look back in my life and I traveled so much after that, looking for something to live for, chasing that feeling. And it's just like, I look back now and I'm like, this is the feeling. This is the feeling. The champion vibes within ourselves of being in love with what we created. Even if you haven't been able to create that yet, being on the journey to create that and doing it unapologetically without no fucks given about what anybody else thinks, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't need to pay attention to the trends anymore. I don't need to pay attention to what's hip and in right now, because what do I want? It really only matters. And then because of you being you, we got so much beauty in the world because of it. I love it. And then all the quirkiness and all the weirdness, but it has to be done from a healthy way, not from a place of triggeredness. So I do see that we could be resolving and healing a lot of our inner child wounds during this time by creating a sense of normal for ourselves that is a healed point of, you've maybe done a lot of work already within yourself, but this could be like noticing the traumas of your parents and your ancestors and being like, whoa, that's what happened. I didn't realize that it's like a pattern in a system, and everybody is in that, like, nearly the same pattern and system. It's just about waking up to it and turning on the light and seeing it. And the light of love. And so I do see you going somewhere very fast. I like this for you, but I want to clarify this for you. This Eight of Wands energy. Clarify the Eight of Wands for my lovely Virgo for the full moon in Cancer. What has happened fast for my Virgos? Knight of Swords in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse, Knight of Pentacles. Ooh. Well, you know what? Everything I'll have. This message for this Eight of Wands card is very much about the feelings and everything that happened. Their person was reckless, they missed so many opportunities, it caused so much emotion within yourself, and it caused so much trigger to the point where maybe you're walking away and doing what you need to do for yourself instead, putting the work in, planting those seeds. Like, If someone says they're going to do something, they should do it. And if they don't, well, that's their own choice. And that's how it is. Sometimes it's a matter of progression or this and that, and sometimes it's just a matter of they're not ready for it and this and that. We have to set our own boundaries around it, and that's all that we can do about it. That's all there is. And this is a process that maybe we might have been on autopilot for, didn't realize that we were on that kind of journey or path. But now that we're awakening to it, we can nip it in the butt very, very quickly now. And so with this Five of Pentacles energy, I feel like it's not necessarily about the feeling of being alone, but embracing the feeling alone and allowing yourself to use that as your power of reflection. Because I really see this Five of Pentacles as, yes, feeling left out in the cold. Maybe you're feeling like there's no one on your side, or yeah, there's no one on your side on this side of the door at least. Wow. But you're there for you. And this is one of the hardest things I had to learn in my life going through my adult years, was like, no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to want it for you. You have to actually want it for yourself. Even your loved ones don't want it for you. They want the best for you, but sometimes they're not even there for you because they're going through their own things. So we have to be the ones. I'm a survivor. Like, there's a theme out there for a reason of strong, powerful women getting through shit. This is you. And look at this in the picture. It is a woman, so I'm speaking to the ladies here. If I'm speaking to a man, this is potentially what they're going through right now. Again, it could be a masculine more and they're feminine. If that's a thing, we have to correct that. If it's masculine wanting to be in his feminine, fantastic. You're in the right place. It's all about choice and decision, right? And I chose an identity. Okay, so again, people you could have been connecting with: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay. Energy surrounding your person for Virgo for this full moon in Cancer, starting January 13th. Energy surrounding your person. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So it seems as if your person is trying to keep themselves in a very good space mentally. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. This person could be going through all the different memories between you and them, going through maybe potential realizations of what could have been between you and them. And imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. This person is having a really difficult time getting over you and would love a new chance with you, but I feel like they're not seeing that opportunity, so they could be trying to move on. With it being a twin flame card here, this tells me that there is no moving on from this. This person will always be on your mind and will always have an attachment to you. But it could be about a matter of timing and growth. And so this person may not be quite on the same path as you on your growth journey. They might have not done the same amount of healing or got up to that same level yet. Just ultimately got to wait for them to catch up, and that's it. That we can't force them. We have to allow them, and we have to give them that space to do that. And sacred union, honor and treasure a relationship, for it is truly sacred. This is about believing it is what it is, and that it ain't a word of a lie. The universe speaks. Okay, so what is the energy surrounding you? For my lovely Virgo, full moon in Cancer, January 13th, lasting about a month. Energy surrounding you is patience. Give this some time, okay? Give this some time. Do your healing. Invest in yourself, because if you're not investing in yourself, no one ain't going to see it worth either. So be and remain strong and courageous and lean into it. Lean into the darkness. Lean into the shadow. Be bigger than it. Darkness is always attracted to the light. You have so much light right now. But right now, we see lots of light here. We have two little candle wicks still not lit, but as soon as we are able to pass on the light, it gets so much brighter. But we have to open up and reveal that light and share it with others. right? In order to be able to, you know, it's not about to continue to remain light because it didn't affect you whatsoever, sharing your light. It only added to the brightness, to the glow. Okay, so you're going on quite the exploration and journey right now of what's within you and where you haven't been recognized and nourished, maybe neglected, and where it has been unfulfilled. And then where in your life have you found this fulfillment and what does that look like? But don't lean into like, oh, well, that's a part of my life I don't want to lean into anymore because that's gone. And it's like, well, no, like just reflect. It's like when you're cooking, you want to take a little bit of this and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We're going to infuse it together. We're going to create a foundation of beautiful flavors. And it's called Creole. You know, it's very amazing if you ever try it. There's all different kinds of things. You want to take a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this. Hold on, we've got Italian. You know, like what is the ultimate perfect flavor for you in regards to love and relationship? Everybody's got their own cup of tea. With that being said, what is the energy of this full moon in Cancer for January 13th for my lovely Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Full moon in Cancer energies are bringing us to honor our feelings. I love this because the more you lean into it, the more you're going to feel authentic with it, the more you're going to feel comfortable with it, the more you're going to love it, the more you're going to just embrace life with it. And I was like reminded of my little headband thing, and I was like, oh, how come I'm not wearing that today? And I'm like, well, I don't really, it's not the look. It does look good though. It's kind of like what my mom looked like when she was younger. It's kind of weird, but I love it. I love it now because nobody has a look like this. Except for like, you know, full moon in Cancer. What does the universe want you to know for January 13th? Lasting about a month. We got true love here on the top. True love. This is once in a lifetime love. Huh. So because you're a once in a lifetime woman, you ain't just going to give that freely to nobody. Maybe you had. Doesn't mean you haven't learned. So this is you being quite strong within yourself. We got physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. This makes me feel like your person has a physical touch love language. Rest and relaxation is essential. Listen to your heart, body, mind. Your soul is always going to call you and pull you to where you need to go. But we all have a fundamental need to take a break. Like, I was thinking about this today. I was, like, worrying and stressing. I'm like, oh, I, like, spent all my money on this beautiful decoration behind me and, like, on beautiful Fenty makeup and stuff. And I was, like, and groceries, too. And I was like, darn. There goes all my investment. Well, you'll need a person reading in order to find me. But it was more about the, like, oh, well, I should, like, just enjoy my rent. I actually have nowhere to go. I basically have everything that I enjoy with me. I actually don't need it. Huh. So I've got time. Very nice. So rest and relaxation is essential. Realize that the stress isn't something we need to stress about yet. And honesty is essential. Look at that. True to a point. So speak with love and truth, but this honesty is about having compassion for yourself, to not self-shame, to be like, oh my God, this and that. It's like, well, this is what's happening. This is what's going to happen. This is how I feel about it. This is how I feel about it. Being honest, not being fake with it. Being like, oh man, I was watching Sex and the City last night, and it was like Mr. Big had just gotten married or something. It was like third season or something. And she sees the bride, the new wife in this change room to go to the art gallery thing. And she's like, and they were so fake to each other. And I was like, looking, she's like, oh, hi, wow, that dress is so nice. And I was like, okay, so why would she say that? If, like it's like a butter me up kind of comment. And I was like, interesting. And then, like, what was it? Then the new wife, was like, oh, I'll see you at the art show. And it's like, we find out later on that she doesn't. I'm like, what a lie. So it's kind of like an interesting, being super honest and transparent builds that trust, builds that connection. You could have gone through so much BS and we're noticing all these different things and we're aware of these things. And you know what? You're going to be the most amazing, loving, beautiful partner to the most amazing, loving person out there. It may not be there right yet, and if you are, just feel the energy and allow this person to miss you. Because if they don't, they ain't gonna ever. Okay? That's for you as a long message, probably one of the longest ones so far. Love you tons. Check out the signs, and I'll see you when I see you next.